Hello, I'm Barbara Labe with Century 21 Affiliated. I'm based in our Appleton, Wisconsin office. As you know, Century 21 Affiliated is located in 6 states. We're here to help you whether you're buying or selling properties. Always feel free to give me a call. And if you're not in the state of Wisconsin, I can put you in touch with someone that can take care of your real estate needs. My contact information is below. Feel free to give me a call, text me, or connect up with me on social media. Today, I want to talk about credit scores. As you know, credit scores are very important when you are purchasing a home. I use a free app that's called CreditWise for my personal credit. And besides helping me check what my credit scores are, it also provides education on how credit scores work, what affects your credit score, and so much more. Today, I wanted to share with you some information from CreditWise that I thought maybe other people would like to know. For example, we all know that the actions we take when we purchase on credit do affect our credit score. For example, when you go to a store and they ask you if you want to apply for that store's credit card, and you do that, or you refinance an existing loan, or take out a new loan, those all affect your credit scores. It's because new applications trigger a new credit bureau inquiry. Also, if you use up almost all of your available credit on your credit card, that will affect your credit score as well. Have a plan always to pay down those balances. I know during the COVID, I paid just a little above minimum payments because I wanted to make sure that I had enough cash to get me through the times that maybe there wouldn't be income coming in to my household. Now, as our state is opening up, I'm going to be paying more off my credit cards. The way that credit scores are calculated really has not changed, but you may see different banks and other lenders that use the reports differently because of the COVID-19 pandemic. In some cases, for example, a lender may report the account as having made an on-time payment because the borrower was given an option to defer a payment or took part in a special program during this COVID. I did not take advantage of any of the mortgage provisions during COVID. I just paid minimum payments on credit cards and we made sure we paid our mortgage because our bank was going to allow us to defer payments for 3 months, but on the fourth month, you had to have all those payments made. And we decided we would just kind of tighten our belts and just make the monthly payments. So if you took advantage of some of those on your mortgage, take a look at what you have to pay back in the fourth month. Because if you do not pay back the amount that's due, it's going to affect your credit score. And that is very important to keep your credit scores up. Some ways that make your credit score go down, for example, are being late on paying a credit card bill. If anything, make your minimum payment on time, then make an extra payment. If you've got an extra $20, $30 you want to throw at it, don't wait until you have that. Make your minimum payment. Then the following week, if you have a little extra money, pay a little more on it. Don't deactivate cards if you're planning on purchasing a home. Talk to your lender first to see how that is going to impact your credit score. Also, some things you may want to think about while you're trying to get a handle on getting your expenses paid down is to look at the automatic payments that are coming out of your bank accounts. Everybody wants automatic payments. the mortgage company, the utilities, the DirecTV, health insurance. They all like these to be automatically paid, but we sometimes lose out or don't have the money and get charged bank fees because we forgot that was due on the 15th and we weren't going to have the money into our account until the 16th. So take and get a handle on what's automatically going out of your bank account. You may find it doesn't take very long. Just watch it for 1 month and write down what's going out and what date it's going out and what it is it for and the dollar amount. You may find there are a few things you could deactivate that you no longer want to have being pulled out of your account. Sometimes people sign up for a paid music subscription and you're not using it. Get rid of it. Take and save that money. Some other things, when your circumstances have changed, what account changes can I make that won't lower my credit score? Try not to take out small cash advances if possible. You want to keep as much available credit out there not being used. So, for example, let's say, you want to go shopping for the day and you automatically take $200 out of as a cash advance on your credit card. That affects your credit rating because you have less credit available. And credit score companies do take a look at the credit that you have available. When you're purchasing a home, of course, your lender will look at your debt to income ratio. So if you're always pulling out cash advances on your credit card, that will affect your debt ratio and also affect the ability to gain a mortgage. What if you're having difficulty paying other non-credit card bills? What should you do? Prioritize your bills and get a handle on what you're taking and pulling out of your monthly income. Prioritize those expenses. For example, you're going to want to make your rent or your mortgage payment as a priority, your utilities. It's kind of hard not to have electricity in your home. You're also going to want to prioritize your car payment, the gas to get to work. Now, for example, your TV subscriptions, they might not be a priority. Even though, yes, it is entertainment and it's cheaper than going out to a restaurant, it's not a necessity. So you're going to take a look at all your bills and put the priority on the necessities, groceries to eat. Maybe you don't need some very expensive meats to put on your grocery tab, or maybe you want to start learning to cook and do a lot more scratch type meals. That way, that would save you money, although food is a necessity at the grocery store. So you're going to want to take and, besides looking at what's going out of your bank account, prioritize those bills and make sure the ones that are the most important are getting paid, and you're looking at how you can reduce or get rid of the ones that are really not a necessity. Did you know that if you take and add a person onto your credit card, maybe a child, that will take and affect your credit? For example, you're still responsible for paying that person's credit debt when they use your card. You're authorizing that new person on your card to be able to use your credit. So you want to be careful with that. Nowadays, there are types of accounts that you can set your children up that have their own check card. Their money, their allowances are put into that check card, or if they have a part-time job, their money from their part-time job, and they can use that instead of carrying around cash. Co-signing on a loan. When you co-sign on a car for someone or co-sign for appliances for someone, that also affects your credit. As a co-signer, you are just as responsible for that person's debt if they choose not to pay. So you're taking on the debt of that co-signer just as much as you're taking on the debt of the person you add to your credit card. Now, one other thing I want to touch on are scammers. They have become so clever that we have to stay very vigilant on these scammers. You may get an email that looks like it's from your bank asking you to click on a link. Don't do it. Call your bank. Many times these scammers will make their email to you look like it's coming from the bank. I've studied some of their email addresses and they keep it so close that your brain will read the name of the company as truly the name of the company, but there might be an N placed in between or something like that. So just don't click on that stuff. Pick up the phone. You don't want somebody having access to your personal information. So you've got to be very careful. And a couple of other things that you're going to want to know, and share these with our elderly too. The IRS never emails you and they never call you. They send you a letter. I have received scammers calling me saying that they were from the IRS and they needed to talk to me. Of course, I did not call them because I figured, well, I should get a letter. My accountant will get it figured out. But I did, out of fun, call them on a Saturday, and you know the IRS does not work on weekends. And a lady answered the phone, and she hung up right away when I asked her if this was an IRS office. It was kind of fun to do, and I'm sure you guys do that from time to time too. So be careful. Many times people will get hoodwinked with rental properties on some of the internets. Those are scams too. If the house is for sale, it's probably not getting rented out. So please be careful of that as well. Now, I want to give you CreditWise is a free credit monitoring service for people that you can go out and get a free app. There are also many other free credit monitoring products, and many of our banks offer free credit scores to their customers. So if you want to get your credit in order to purchase a home, you may want to take and contact your bank to find out if they have anything for free, or go out and look at apps. And make sure that they're connected up with our 3 big credit score companies that are being used. I appreciate you listening. I want you to have a great day and work on getting those unnecessary bills out of your life. It'll make your life a lot simpler and you won't have to work as hard. Have a great day and thank you for watching.